When all hope seemed to be lost and the struggles of his life were drowning him, the WWE stretched out and gave him a golden opportunity. An opportunity he utilized to become a good wrestler. No, wait, that's wrong. He was more than good. He became one of the best wrestlers there is, and the best there ever will be. Winning all major titles in the WWE and portraying his character of the lunatic with utter perfection. You might know him as Jon Moxley or Dean Ambrose, but it's the same man with the same story. So join us as we tell the hidden tales of Dean Ambrose before the bright lights of being a WWE superstar. But be sure to stick to the end of this video where we reveal the moment Dean Ambrose won his very first WWE Championship. Dean Ambrose, whose real name is Jonathan David Good, was born in Cincinnati, Ohio on December 7, 1985. He grew up in Cincinnati's East End, where violence and crime were typically the order of the day. Ambrose expressed how hard it was growing up without having to sell drugs or shoplift because his neighborhood was rough. When Ambrose got a little older, he was a die-hard fan of wrestling, and his favorite wrestler was Bret Hart. He knew right from a young age that wrestling would be his escape ticket out of his neighborhood. By the time he was in high school, he searched far and near for training gyms and performance centers in his neighborhood. Once he found and had begun training as a wrestler, he dropped out of Amelia High School to focus on his training. Little did Ambrose know that his neighborhood would come back to haunt him. Ambrose worked minimum wage jobs to support himself while he trained to become a pro wrestler. But he also got hooked on hard drugs like cocaine and began shoplifting. These are crimes that led to Ambrose getting arrested on multiple occasions. The good part was that he still had his big dreams of becoming a wrestler at the back of his mind, so he didn't joke with his training. He took them so seriously that he would miss his work shifts just to attend a match he was booked to wrestle. This made him lose many jobs, but he knew he'd surely get another minimum wage paying job, so he hardly got bothered. Until he had one minimum wage paying job that changed his life forever. Ambrose got a job working for late pro wrestler Les Thatcher in the Heartland Wrestling promotion by selling popcorn and setting up the ring. But when everyone was gone, Ambrose would stay behind and train in the ring before dismantling it. Over time, Thatcher noticed Ambrose's training and saw the potential he possessed. One day, Thatcher extended an offer to Ambrose. He offered Ambrose an opportunity to wrestle under the HWA promotion with his coaching. At that very moment, it was like everything Ambrose ever wanted was handed to him on a platter, and all he had to do was take it. Dean Ambrose happily took the offer and signed his first pro wrestling contract with HWA. In 2004, he debuted in the HWA under the ring name Jon Moxley. The following year, Moxley won the HWA Tag Team Championship twice and captured their HWA Heavyweight Championship twice in 2006. Ambrose was a full-blown wrestler at this time. He left the HWA and signed with Full Impact Pro, where he won the vacant FIP World Heavyweight Championship and won Combat Zone Wrestling's CZW World Heavyweight Championship twice in 2010. CZW was an independent promotion, so Ambrose didn't really have to pen a contract with them. He held the FIP Championship for a record 441 days. He was literally the king of the promotion. However, in 2011 he had to relinquish the title because the WWE came calling. Ambrose signed a developmental deal with WWE in April 2011 and joined its developmental territory, Florida Championship Wrestling, aka FCW, where he adopted the in-ring name Dean Ambrose. For the remaining of 2011, Ambrose was involved in several feud matches, including one with his future teammate and friend Seth Rollins. The tribal chief Roman Reigns was also signed with the FCW at the time, so Seth, Ambrose and Reigns were all outstanding performers inside the ring and just the type of talent the WWE needed on its main roster. But the WWE couldn't afford to promote all three of them at once. So here's what they did. They made three of them mercenaries for former WWE superstar CM Punk, who was to defend his WWE Championship at Survivor Series against John Cena and Ryback. On November 18, 2012, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns made a groundbreaking entrance into the WWE's main roster after they triple powerbombed Ryback through an announce table, allowing CM Punk to pin John Cena and retain his title. The trio declared themselves the Shield, vowing to rally against injustice, and denied working for CM Punk anymore. But what made the Shield unique wasn't just their performance inside the ring. It was their bold entrance through the crowd and top-notch aesthetics that made these guys awesome. On April 7th, 2013, the Shield made their first appearance at the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania, in a tag team match against the deadly combination of Sheamus, Randy Orton, and Big Show. The Shield stepped out victorious that night, but the WWE had bigger plans in store for Dean Ambrose. On May 19, 2013, at Extreme Rules, Dean Ambrose defeated Kofi Kingston to win the United States Championship, and is still the longest reigning champ after holding the title for 351 days. On June 2, 2014, all those achievements came crumbling after Seth Rollins betrayed Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns to join another group called The Authority, headed by Triple H. This is one of the craziest storyline twists in WWE. Almost everyone was shocked. This caused a major feud between Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. The feud was so gruesome that a lot of fans thought they were actually beefing in real life. Seth adopted a heel character and did a lot of damage to Dean Ambrose outside the ring. Little did Seth know that Dean Ambrose had the ultimate revenge in store for him. In 2015, Ambrose won the Intercontinental Championship for the first time after defeating Kevin Owens at TLC. He successfully defended the title against Owens and Ziggler multiple times between December and January of 2016. But Kevin Owens was determined to strip him of the title, which he eventually did during a 5-way match on Raw. Ambrose lost the Intercontinental Championship, but what he gained after was something bigger than he ever imagined. Since you're here, you're also one step closer to winning our monthly shout-out contest. All you have to do is subscribe to our channel and comment epic in the comment section below. It's that easy. Comment epic and stand the chance to get a free shout-out in one of our videos. On February 21st, 2016, at Fastlane, Dean Ambrose competed alongside Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar to determine the #1 contender for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 32. Brock saw Ambrose as the weak link in that match and decided to take him out immediately after the match started. As expected, Lesnar dominated this match like the beast that he truly is, suplexing Reigns and Ambrose multiple times inside and outside the ring. Reigns and Ambrose realized they needed to unite, just like they did during their days of being in the Shield. So they double powerbombed Lesnar on an announce table twice to keep him down. But the beast was too strong to be tamed that night. He stormed back into the ring, attacking Dean Ambrose and knocking him out of the ring. Just when Brock was about to make Roman Reigns tap out, Ambrose jumped back into the ring and hit Lesnar with a steel chair, giving Roman Reigns the opportunity to spear him and win by pinfall. The following night on Raw, Ambrose challenged Lesnar to a no-holds-barred street fight match at WrestleMania 32, which Paul Heyman accepted on Lesnar's behalf. As promised, Dean Ambrose went right at the Beast Incarnate and got 3 quick German suplexes for his trouble. Heading to the outside, Ambrose grabbed a kendo stick and lit up Brock, and got 2 more suplexes for it, and some Muay Thai kicks, and another suplex. After about 11 more suplexes from Lesnar, Ambrose countered the 12th with a dirty deed, but it wasn't enough to keep the Beast down. Ambrose finally caused his downfall after he tried to use Mick Foley's barbed wire bat to attack Brock, but ended up getting suplexed, F5'd, and pinned at a stretch. Dean Ambrose lost that match, but he got another opportunity after he entered the 2016 Money in the Bank ladder match. This night went down as one of the greatest nights in pro wrestling's history. The ladder match for the Money in the Bank briefcase featured some of the best talents in the WWE at the time. Every wrestler literally put their bodies on the line to climb up and retrieve the briefcase. Kevin Owens, Chris Jericho, and Dean Ambrose had the most momentum during the match. Cesaro and Alberto Del Rio also had a tussle at the top of the ladder about who would bring down the briefcase, but Kevin Owens came into the ring to drag both of them down. This match was so intriguing at some point. All 6 men got on different ladders, started landing strikes on each other, and just went full-blown psycho. The onslaught continued till only Dean Ambrose and Kevin Owens were left at the top of the ladder. Ambrose finally took Owens out by repeatedly smacking his head on the ladder, enabling him to retrieve and win the Money in the Bank briefcase. But it didn't end there. After Seth Rollins successfully defeated Roman Reigns in a one-on-one battle, making Rollins the man to defeat Reigns on the main roster, Dean Ambrose ran straight to the ring to cash in his Money in the Bank contract that same night. Immediately, Rollins heard Dean Ambrose's entrance music come on. He stationed himself, waiting for Ambrose to come out from the front entrance. But a very devious Ambrose came from behind and used the briefcase as a weapon to knock down Seth Rollins. He went out of the ring, looked the referee dead in the eye, and handed him the briefcase, thereby cashing it in. Rollins was drowsy. It felt like his past had come back to haunt him. Once Rollins could stand on both feet, Ambrose delivered his finisher, Dirty Deeds, and went for the cover. 1, 2, 3. Dean Ambrose became the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. What a night. What a way to become champion. The best revenge Ambrose could have on Seth Rollins. It was completely spectacular. Before Dean Ambrose left the WWE, he became a Grand Slam champion after winning all 4 major titles in the promotion. He then joined the AEW under his previous in-ring name Jon Moxley, where he did what he knows how to do best: dominate. Be sure to check out this other video showing on your screen right now. Bye for now.